in there, Peter.
Prize money of $60,000 for Peter Jacobson.
Runners to your marks. Set.
Dan McEnroe.
John McEnroe aces. That is number 10 for McEnroe.
He was named the NBA's Rookie of the Year in 1985. Voted to the All-Star team in both 1985 and 1986. Rebounded from a possible season-ending foot injury to lead the Chicago Bulls to the NBA playoffs. Then lit up fabled Boston Garden with first 49 points. Then a record-breaking 63 points against the world champion Celtics. At forward, number 23, Michael Jordan.
Did you really score 63 points in one game?
Yeah, BJ, but I was really, really tired.
That's awesome. How many points did you win by?
But it was a problem. We lost.
You mean you scored 63 points and you lost the game?
Well, you can't win them all. I did the best I could, though.
63 points. Wow. This store is great. It has everything.
Well, it's a set, really. It's like a TV stage, BJ.
What do they use it for?
Well, it's called NTV, and N means Nike.
Nike. Those are the people who make Air Jordan shoes and clothes.
Yeah, BJ, those are the people who make my shoes. But they make a lot of other good things, too. NTV, that's what it's all about. And we're going to go ahead and tell everybody what's going on with Nike.
Hey, Michael, this looks like a waffle. What is it doing here?
Well, this is where it all got started, BJ, from a waffle iron and a piece of rubber, about 15 years ago.
It's neat.
The Nike story began in 1957 at the University of Oregon with the meeting of middle distance runner Phil Knight and top U.S. track coach Bill Bowerman. 16 years later, American record holder Steve Prefontaine became the first major track athlete to wear Nike brand shoes. Shoes whose early prototypes were handcrafted by Bowerman. It was Bowerman who developed the innovative waffle sole. The patented outsole revolutionized running by offering better traction in a lightweight, durable shoe. By 1973, many world-class athletes were competing in Nike shoes. In 1980, the Nike Sport Research Lab opened, and through the most advanced and sophisticated technology, Nike innovation continued with the patented Nike Air midsole cushioning system. Nike, a company founded by athletes and committed to the pursuit of athletic excellence.
If you don't get out of my way, there's a couple of ways I can handle this. I can go around you, I can go through you, or I can just do what I do best.
Basketball by Barkley. Shoes by Nike.
When I grow up, I want to be a pro basketball player, just like you.
Well, first you have to go to college and get your degree, because a lot of players don't play forever.
Did you graduate from college?
I graduated from the University of North Carolina, and I majored in geography.
I like geography.
All right, let me give you a test. What state lies in the northeast corner of the United States?
Maine?
Right. Well, Maine is where Nike makes its leather, like this.
I like to see that place.
Consider it done.
walk through the tannery, I often feel like I'm in a sea of leather. And it's very exciting to me because each side of leather on each horse and on each table is destined for a specific product. There's a major trend in America towards comfort. The American consumer is demanding comfort in their home, in their cars, in their clothing, and most importantly, in their footwear. Shoes have to look soft, they have to feel soft, and they must perform. Nike, recognizing this trend, asked Prime Tanning to develop a new, super soft performance leather for performance footwear. Here it is. It's soft and it's tough, and it's made in Maine by Mainers, and we're proud of it.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
You know, BJ, Nike makes shoes in a very scientific way.
What science have to do with shoes?
You'd be surprised. How about we make a trip down to the Nike Research Lab?
These finely tuned world-class athletes develop, analyze, and refine their techniques to reach peak athletic performance.
Okay, 82.
Nike, a company founded by athletes and coaches, is similarly committed to the pursuit of excellence, taking a scientific approach to athletic footwear design. Much of the work is done at the Nike Sport Research Lab at corporate headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon.
The mission of the Sport Research Lab, when we first set out with the lab back in 1980, was to try and study how the body moves, how the foot moves, the stresses that are on the foot, and how footwear affects all of those things during the course of performing all the various athletic activities that we make footwear for.
So our function there is to test the athlete and the shoe and how they interact, how they behave together, and make sure that the shoe is going to do what the designer had intended it to do.
Up until the time that we started the Sport Research Lab, there really hadn't been a lot of work done just finding out what those stresses and movements were that footwear went through.
The Nike Sport Research Lab conducts applied and basic research in the fields of functional anatomy, exercise physiology, and biomechanics, studying the effects shoe designs have on flexibility, cushioning, rear foot control, and running economy. Primary to the study of functional anatomy is the research done on foot morphology, studying the feet of thousands of subjects to learn more about the mechanics and anatomy of the human foot at rest and in motion. The object is to develop new lasts that closely represent the true shape of the foot. When a prototype has been developed, a variety of scientific tests are performed. Starting with the treadmill, runners with varying styles are tested. An impact machine is used to assure the materials used can provide protection for the foot and yet still ensure a responsive feel.
We've studied running for almost 6 years now, and actually longer than that, and know a pretty fair amount about rear foot control, the forces that are generated in running, and different types of materials you need to absorb shock and so on.
The Nike Sport Research Lab is used beyond the testing of new running models. The current trend in America toward exercise walking, for example, is still another subject of intense scientific research.
So the walking study we have going right now is intended to compare barefoot condition, which is, stripped down, no help at all, just to see what kind of motions a person goes through at a walking pace, what rear foot motions there are, and what levels of leg shock there are.
Okay, just keep time to the beat.
Nike has further committed its research and design team to the aerobic area, studying the effects of aerobic exercise on the feet and legs to prevent injury and develop efficient footwear.
You get a lot of feedback from the instructors and some of the students that say, boy, my feet really hurt, and we really need cushioning, and we really need motion control and stability in the shoes because of the types of exercise we're doing. So we wanted to see what kind of forces were felt on the ground by having them jump on the force plate. We were able to measure vertical force and the lateral shear forces. And we also had the accelerometers attached to the lower tibia to try and get an idea of what kind of forces were being transmitted through, at least to that level of the leg.
It is this commitment to sport research that has made Nike the leader in innovative product in the athletic shoe arena, assuring both the world-class and the everyday athlete the most thoroughly tested and best-made product available.
Here's some hot new Nike products, including the wildest yet, the Sock Racer.
This thing is a four-meshed, I can call this really tights for the feet. Look at how it stretches. This is what Ingrid Christensen wore in Chicago. It's what she is wearing today. It is her exact size. That is a size 5, and it weighs 5 ounces.
This is my clay friend here. He's the star of Nike's new commercial. Hey, he looks familiar. Looks kind of cute, too.
Nike makes shoes for kids. Running shoes. Basketball shoes. Aerobic shoes. Tennis shoes. Baseball shoes. Shoes to cheer about. Fitness shoes. Soccer shoes. Shoes to jump up and down about. Shoes that'll get you pumped. Wrestling shoes. Hey, wait a minute. Whew. Nike. You can't keep a lid on it.
Well, it's been fun in my off-season. It would be a lot more fun if some of these putts would start to fall. A lot of athletes are in the middle of their season right now. Let's go check and see how some of the Nike guys are doing.
Premier distance runner Ingrid Christensen was the first woman to cross the finish line at the 1986 Boston Marathon. Ms. Christensen currently holds the world record in the marathon, the 5,000 meters, and the 10,000 meters. She's the only runner in history to hold world records in these 3 events simultaneously. Britain's Steve Cram currently holds the world records in the 1,500 meters, the 2,000 meters, and the mile. Mark Allen took first place in the World Championship Triathlon in Nice, France. This was Allen's 4th World Triathlon Championship. Triathlete Joanne Ernst was voted the fittest woman in America for 1986 by the Runner magazine. Ms. Ernst won the grueling 1985 Bud Light Ironman Triathlon in Hawaii. On the Pro Bowling Tour, Nike endorsee Marshall Holman won this year's Firestone Tournament of Champions. California Angels starter Don Sutton became the 19th Major League pitcher in history to win 300 games in a career. Cy Young Award winner Dwight Gooden was the National League's starting pitcher in this year's All-Star Game. Gooden continues his winning ways with the league-leading New York Mets. In ice hockey, Edmonton Oilers star Wayne Gretzky broke his own records for assists and points scored. Gretzky was named the NHL's most valuable player for an unprecedented 7th time. In college basketball, Kentucky head coach Eddie Sutton was named the NABC Coach of the Year for the 1985-86 season. Over 6,000 junior high school, and college coaches attended Nike Championship basketball clinics in 10 U.S. cities this year. Golf professional Peter Jacobsen, decked out in Nike golf apparel, finished a strong 3rd in the 1986 PGA Championship. Swedish tennis player Michael Pernfors came from relative obscurity to reach the finals in this year's French Open. Pernfors upset Boris Becker and Andre Lecomte and is currently ranked 13th in the world. Tennis great John McEnroe has returned to the Pro Tennis Tour. McEnroe reached the semifinals in his first major tournament, the Volvo International, nearly upsetting Boris Becker in a tiebreaker in the last set. It was a remarkable showing for the exciting McEnroe after a 6-month sabbatical. Fall brings another exciting college football season. 1985 was a banner year for Nike on the campus gridiron. The top 5 teams in the nation competed in Nike cleats, with the #1 Oklahoma Sooners leading the way.
I'm Barry Switzer, University of Oklahoma Sooners. We wear the Nike product and proud to be a part of the Nike family. Our kids have had an opportunity to select shoes from all the shoemakers of the country, and the one shoe that they wanted was Nike. It wasn't the coach's decision, it was the player's decision, and I think it's the most important thing. I think all of our Nike family feels the same way. We have the best product on the playing fields throughout intercollegiate football in the United States today. Nike shoes, wear them.
Way to work, man.
How you like my outfit?
BJ, you looking sharp, buddy. How about let's go shoot some hoops?
You play with me?
Don't have anything else to do.
Wait until I tell my friends at school.
Hold this for a second, baby. That's back. All right, I'm ready.
What's that for?
Well, I'm gonna need somebody that's gonna block your shots. Minute to do the job. See you later, everybody.
NTV is a Nike Sports Productions presentation.